Welcome back to Lost for Words with Lori. It's Tuesday night. Happy and joyous solstice to all of you like-minded believers, you heathens. I own that shit. I am a heathen, but happy summer solstice to y'all. Joyous Litha. I hope you are all having the best day that you can. It is about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes before we switch over to the new season. But yeah, I hope you are all doing well. I broke my own rule. Let's be accountable here, folks. I did. I broke my own rule. To be fair, I had help, and yeah, my boundary, right? Because I'm an asshole, and just like every other human, I make mistakes, and I made a mistake, and I broke my own rule, and I made eye contact. I did. I shouldn't have, but I did. And to be fair, it is the nature of humans to be curious, and curiosity killed the cat. I had a great night. I FaceTimed with my daughter, giving her adult human advice about 401ks and, adult stupid stuff, because, that's what parents do for their grown children. But I was moving along, navigating my night, and just settling down with some TikToks, and I had to go look at the chaos that is toxic cesspool world, and I'm hanging my head, and I'm guilty. So without further ado, let's unwrap tonight's thoughts. And I don't know where to start, guys, but I'm thinking about Pride and Prejudice and who suffers from that. And it's really kind of sad, because I like everyone, or I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And even if I don't like people, I just kind of let them kick rocks and go do their thing. And, I try to just be civil. And I know that's difficult for a lot of people because, especially when people are shitty to you, you just want to throw juice boxes and retaliate. And I get that. Especially when they say hateful and heinous things about you. And that's social media, man. That's toxic cesspool world. And I get it. And I'm not angry. I understand we're all guilty of it, and we've all done it. Social media has been about, finding a place to escape from the first world. And there are so many unique people on social media, so many smart, funny, talented, quirky people. And I like a lot of these unique people. I love all of these people. It's just sad that, people would assume that you don't like them just because of who you associate with, or who you're friends with, or who you support on a social media platform. And that's a reality check, and I get that. But again, I am so proud of the people who have the ability to sit and try to talk out loud and think critically and talk about what they think, or be accountable for what they've done, or say, I used to do and practice this bad behavior and I'm not accountable for it anymore. I'm accountable for it and I'm not participating anymore, is what I meant to say. My brain is thinking faster than my mouth, so I apologize for that. But, I was able to listen objectively to what people were saying, and it makes me sad that because of who you support or whose content you watch, people will just draw an assumption that you don't obviously like them, or they would think that just because that person that you're really good friends with, or that person who has your ear, doesn't like them. And I don't operate like that. I have my own boundaries. I recall months ago people saying, you should really be careful about so-and-so, and people warn you about their bad experiences with people. And that's fair if it's solicited. I'm not denying that there are lots of people who go, hey, what do you know about so-and-so? And if somebody asks, you can give them an opinion, but I think it's fair for people to objectively do their own research about people and draw their own conclusions based on the way that you have established your boundaries with anybody and given them the opportunity to treat you the way that you're telling them to treat you. And regardless of how anybody that I'm acquainted with or who I associate with treats you, doesn't mean that I allow anyone to treat me any way that's outside of my boundaries. And that goes for everybody that I have interactions with. And therefore, I'm allowed to like who I like, and I like everybody, and that's my choice. So I understand that people want to support each other and not want to come to the defense of their friends if somebody has hurt them. But as I'm so fond of telling everyone that I'm friends with, everybody, ask anybody. When somebody comes to me with a thing and asks for my advice, I say that's a them problem. That's not a me problem. It's not a you problem. It's a them problem. And until they make it a me problem, then it isn't a me problem. You know, I have every right to defend myself if I feel like it's a necessary fight for me to take up. Or I have every right to say, this really doesn't concern me. If you don't like me, that's your opinion, and I don't have to care. And that's okay. I can care, and I can go live and make a big stink about it, but at the end of the day, you don't have to like me. And me making insults or retaliating or defending myself may or may not change the outcome of that. What makes me sad is that people have invested so much time and effort and energy into all of that they aren't doing the things that I wanted to like them for in the first place, and that is to be funny and quirky and talented and the content that I want to watch. And that's why I'm not around, because I don't care about this war. I don't care about these things. I don't care about people's personal business. It doesn't affect me. It's a them problem. I watched some people's lives that are involved in this, and I was afraid to comment in the lives because everybody's watching and they might think I'm supporting somebody and therefore I'm the enemy. And that's really sad because the live was fantastic. So I felt compelled to message people privately and say, I'd like to pay my respects in private because I don't care about your fucking war. And okay, no pressure. I don't care if people like me or don't want to talk to me. My expectations, my intentions are clear. I make no bones about that. But people make a lot of assumptions that like as shared and support means that I'm up someone's ass or I'm kissing ass or I'm talking shit. And as everyone is so fond of saying, if you believe that about me, then show the receipts. But at the end of the day, I don't care. Because, again, I'm not screaming, this is the truth, you're a liar. I don't have any agenda. My agenda has been simply and pretty transparent, if you listen to my podcast, from day one. I came here to YouTube in the first place to support my husband, who did paranormal investigating, and he died. And I made friends here, and as long as I feel that it serves me, I will continue to support my friends. But to get involved in their drama doesn't serve me. I rebranded our channel, which was music related, to something else because I needed something to do, and I figured maybe people would learn from my journey, and being part of this platform and the people around it was part of my journey, my healing journey, my learning to be a better human journey, and this just happens to be a part of that. And it makes me sad because I made friends and I loved a lot of the content. And I was proud to watch people go do their thing and make content that I love to watch, and watching them benchmark ideas on live streams and talk about their investigations and talk about their, I don't know, their merch and their ideas. And it made me excited and want to watch the next one and want to watch their upcoming things. And then I was really disappointed when I saw the other side of that, and that was them sitting on these other things because it promoted likes and subs and fame, fortune, and glory and all of the repugnant things that, I don't know. And I went, these are the bad behaviors that cause me to not want to associate with social media and people. And that was part of my journey. That was part of why I started doing podcasts, to get people to be critical thinkers, to not fall into the social media trap, to not act like douchebags because people were playing reindeer games like high school. High school was 35 years ago for me. I'm too old for that shit, and so are you. Make the content that we love to see. Have live streams where we're having fun, joking, and playing games. Experience life together and support each other through the good and the bad, but be accountable for your behavior. That's what we do in the real world. That's what we do in real life. And make memories and experiences and learn good conflict resolution and learn lessons. And I'm proud of people for doing the things that they're doing and taking the steps that they're taking. But I'm also disappointed when it continues. Y'all are on the right path. And I want to love and support and like everyone. I'm not afraid. And there are a handful of people who aren't. To stand up and say, no, we're not going to tolerate this. We're not going to take anymore. And we need to be the voice for the smaller people. And while that's honorable, it's still drama, and it's still creating fear, and people are still afraid to like who they want and, just be around for the content. Go create the content. Get back to stop talking. You're on the right track. I get tired and sad because I am friends, and I do listen, and I do try to be a good friend to lots of people and encourage people to take care of themselves, to nurture their emotions, to critically think about why they're doing their content, their channel, and to just establish those boundaries and tell people, if it isn't about me and it doesn't concern me, then here's the best advice I can give you. Go talk to them like a human. And if they don't want to talk like a human, then that's a door that closes and you move on. And I know that's easier said than done, but practice makes perfect, and you might lose a few friends along the way, but you'll gain better ones. You'll gain quality. You'll gain people who you can trust when they respect your boundaries, when they say, you know what, you're right. And they'll respect you more and say, you know what, you're right. And I might be mad at you for telling me the truth right now, but I'll get over it because I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to love you for you. You are a human. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be accountable and own up to them and change. I'm not the same person I was 3 months ago. And some of these people, regardless of the bad things that everybody's backstabbing about and said in text messages a month ago, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, people are evolving, they're growing, they're changing, they're accountable. The conversations can be had privately. They can be had quietly. Amends can be made. And people can make content and move on and just be left alone. to fulfill the missions of what they wanted to come to social media for in the first place. It's, pride cometh before the fall, right, guys? I mean, it's difficult to not want to take sides and to justify the reasons for wanting to take them. And I get that. Yeah, again, morals and truth is subjective. We've talked about this. And I'm not condoning hate either. And hiding behind hate and calling it truth is repugnant. I agree with that. Nobody's saying that that's okay. But again, it's about holding yourselves and your friends accountable for their behavior and not allowing it to continue. And just saying, no, I'm not going to participate in that behavior anymore. And if people want to continue to participate in it because it gets 65 likes versus, or 200 likes versus 60, or, 800 views versus 10, then you need to reevaluate the reasons why you're doing it. And if that is why you're doing it and you're transparent about that, then it's up to your viewers to decide if they're going to continue to support that. That's your choice. That's their choice. That's my choice. But if I like an investigation, regardless if they had a hate stream a week prior, and I want to give them props and say, that's a great live stream, continue to do what you do, that's on me. And if you choose to judge me based on that, or again, there's two sides to every story. The wall is red on one side, green on the other. Everybody doesn't know the whole side of every story. And we're all right. It's just sad. And I'm disappointed. Because I want to watch content. I want to watch my quirky friends that are talented. I want to buy merch. I want to see people in their element when it makes me happy. When they're cutting up and they're interacting with their groups. When they're doing what they love. Again, I've seen people caught in the middle of the war praising each other for specific content and saying, hey man, when you're doing this, then I that's the type of human that I want to associate with. Not all this other garbage. That's the kind of community you're trying to build. Continue to work on that, build on that, think on that. That's all. That's what I want to say. It's a tough road. Social media is not easy. I hear people throwing around things like, well, you gotta have a thick skin to be on social media. We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to. It doesn't take but 5 seconds to be a good human. It doesn't take but 5 seconds to treat other people the way that you want to be treated. And to show a little bit of civility and respect and kindness. And to not hold people's pasts or even your past interactions with them. I've had interactions with just about every single person that I've seen on all these streams in the past, whether it's just 5 minutes or whether it's since I had been prior to Toby's passing on social media. And I can honestly tell you, most of it's been positive. And even if it has been a negative in some way, I've been able to find something positive that's come from it. And I hold no ill will. I'm not angry. I don't despise. I've got some hurt feelings, and it would be great to be able to resolve some of those. But again, patience, time, we all are allowed to change our mind, to learn, to grow, to be accountable and transparent. These are the lessons. This is the reason why my mission, this is part of why I'm doing what I do here on my podcast. And it's for my healing. It's not for subs. It's not for growth. It's not for clout or whatever you guys are calling that. Fame, fortune, and glory. It's not for juice boxes. It's because I genuinely needed friends. I'm alone here. And some of you are too. And some of you want to do content. And some of you want to do crafts. And some of you want to be friends across multiple platforms and game and do other things. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do those things objectively, with respect, and without worrying about how other people are going to perceive you, as long as you're being respectful. And yeah, you're going to have conflicts, but handle them like adults. But that's all. I hope everybody has a blessed solstice. I hope you all enjoyed the summer solstice. Think about what that means, about a new season, about new growth, about how we harvest in the fall what's to come. Just wash your fucking hands and be a good human, you guys. Love you all.